Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Rabbana yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair wa bika nasta'inu ya fatahu ya alim. Allahumma 'allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna 'ilma. Ya muqallibal qulub, thabbit qulubana 'ala dinik. How's everyone doing? Alhamdulillah. It sounded like very complex when I came in here now. Was it?
Yeah.
The main thing is just don't stress. Don't say you. I know how you do this. Sometimes you're like, but you're like, It's fine. Don't worry. It will come. It's fine. Even if you don't understand it, still write it down. But try not to write while he's speaking or while not he, or while the mashayikh are speaking. And take notes, but listen more to them. Focus on what they are saying, because the concept is very, very important. Are you with me? Because sometimes we have students, they write, then later on they try to read what they write, they can't figure out. Okay, you have the opportunity to watch it again on YouTube, but it's nice in the class to get that understanding, because sometimes the YouTube clip is only probably put on years later or something like that. So it don't technically benefit you. Everybody with me? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We were supposed to start Surah Al-Waqi'ah, but we still have to finish Surah Al-Falaq. Right? So inshallah we continue Surah Al-Falaq, and then we see where it takes us inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق. What did we say? ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. That was the last verse we did, right? We were so busy with that verse, if I remember correctly. We finished it, but there was still a lot to be said, if I can remember. Alright? Can somebody just tell me one of the subtleties that we mentioned? Initially, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks. He speaks very, very general. Alright? If you think about all that He has created is found within that verse as well. When He says وَمِن شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ, that is supposed to be everything. Are you with me? If the surah ended over there, it would have been sufficient. Okay, is everybody with me? What's the meaning of وَمِن شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ? So everything that you have created. So that encompasses everything, am I right? But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes a bit further now, what is He trying to tell us? He's emphasizing on particular things, okay? So it's going from general to specific now. Are you with me? So the kalam is kind of changing. Are you with me? But if you think about it, when we do this in our speech, if you do this at home, for example, everybody can go except Muhammad. Or they say, all my children is naughty, but Muhammad, something about him, he's extreme. So everything is naughty, all of them is naughty, but Muhammad is outstanding. Are you with me? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking about all the bad of creation, telling you to seek protection from all of the bad. Alright? But these things that are going to follow, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself highlights, what is He trying to say? That this is the pinnacle of the major things, the worst things. Are you with me? So we have to seek protection from Allah from these three things. So it's either sometimes we are involved in these things as well. Are you with me? So may Allah protect us. We shouldn't be involved in these things. Alright? Number one. And sometimes these things affect us. So we ask Allah for protection from these things. Everybody with me? Clear? Yep. Okay. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. Translate for me. Bismillah. What do we say? From that. وَمِنْ شَرِّ, and from the bad of غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. When it covers, right? When it draws near. But why are we asking Allah for protection from the night? What did we say? Have you heard the word lunatic? Have you ever thought about the word lunatic? Lunatic. What's a lunatic? It's lunar. Do you know where the word comes from? You know the difference between solar and lunar? What's a lunar eclipse? What's the meaning of lunar? What's it referring to? The moon. Because it comes from at night. Because of the moon, people start acting dirty. Whoever, I don't know, a couple of years back, there was a movie, The Werewolf in
London.
Was Paris. Paris. So this mythical creature of a werewolf, when the night is, when the moon is full, where does it come from? Not Jahiliyyah. It comes from because the moon, when at certain times of the month, it affects the tides. Do we know that?
Yes.
Right? So it even affects the blood flow of people. It affects the blood pressure. Do you know that the magnetic forces of the moon affects Earth? It affects the planet. Do you know that? Do you know what's cupping? Right? So there are certain days in the year, in the month that we do at Sunnah cupping days. If we do it, right? If I remember correctly, I think it's the 17th, 19th and 21st, right, of the month. Because the moon is probably strong over there or some, right? Don't ask me the 100% details. So it shows that the moon, everybody knows this, right? That the moon has an effect. Are you with me? So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the night, it's because when the magnetic forces of the moon has an effect on you, you tend to sometimes become more violent as well. So imagine someone's outside and they're in an environment where there's lots of shayateen, and the moon is full. And then we want to know when they act like werewolves. Why are they acting like werewolves? Do you understand why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that there is a different type of evil in the evening. The evil of the moon even. Are you with me? Any fishermen in the class? Ladies? No? Males? No fishermen in this class? Okay, we have a fisherman, mashallah. Am I correct, right, in what I'm saying with the moon? The tides, everything works with the moon. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this over here, it's much deeper than just the night and the covering of the night and the darkness. It's about all of those things that are hidden within the evening. Are you with me? Because sometimes in the evening, one of the things is that it's dark. You can't necessarily see your enemy in front of you. And what did we say? What did a'udhu mean? What's the difference between a'udhu and ijara? What are we clinging onto? We're clinging onto something for protection from something that we don't know and cannot see. Do you see how it ties in? Are you with me? So you're not just seeking protection from the night. You're seeking protection from those hidden things within the night. Nobody sees the magnetic forces of the moon. Nobody sees the tides or the difference in ambience in the evening. Are you with me? But if you protect you, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects you therefrom, and then even though you cannot see it, you know, it basically makes an effect. Allah grants us understanding, inshallah. We will go next. وَمِنْ شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. وَمِنْ شَرِّ, like Mullah was saying now earlier, that min is what? No, technically, grammatically, min is can a sentence start with a harf? No. So what is muta'alliq to? Min sharri is muta'alliq? Muta'alliqan? No, we did. Think about it quickly. Look at it. Look at it. That's muta'alliqan. Words? Think about it. Not sharri. A'udhu. Are you with me? So all of the wa min sharris is connected to a'udhu. A'udhu min sharri. I seek protection from the bad of. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to put the whole time a'udhu min sharri, a'udhu min sharri, a'udhu min sharri. It is all already grammatically connected to a'udhu. Everybody with me? Wadi? Clear? Just look inside quickly, just feel it before we carry on. With me? Okay. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ. Naffathati? Grammatically? Even if you don't know the meaning, just tell me something grammatically. Why am I asking? Last week we were explaining grammatically what they meant, right? This week I don't want to explain it. I want to ask you so that the mind must just work, inshallah. Think about it. Naffathati. Okay, we understand it's majroor. Anything else? Mudafun ilay. Are you with me? Remember, قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. Now again, ومن شر النفاثات. It follows the exact same sequence. So if it's شر النفاثات, how do we translate it? Huh? Of the whatever it is. Are you with me? So even though you don't understand naffathat, you understand the context of it. They're telling me something, the bad of naffathat. What is naffathat? Let's get into that. Is everybody with me? Must I explain it again from the beginning? Everybody understood that, right? How do we determine the grammatical placement of a word? How do you know? Where do you look for? Or what do you look at to understand how to recite the encasing of the word? Oh, sorry, I already said it.
The encasing.
The encasing. That's nahu. So sometimes when you become overwhelmed by nahu, there's nothing to be overwhelmed about. It's just the last letter of the word. What is the ending of that word? That is going to determine the structure of the compound, whatever the case may be. Everybody with me? Does it make sense? So don't stress. Look at the encasing, look at what is before it, and you try to make sense of it. But don't stress. But with me? Okay. So وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ, and from the bad of the naffathat fil uqadi. Who can tell me fil uqadi?
What's it?
It's harfi jar and ismul majroor, right? So fil uqadi, translate for me.
In
The whatever. In the whatever. There's no of over there.
No.
Everybody with me? There's of in only mudafun ilay. Are you with me? Where's mudafun ilay in the sentence? Sharrin naffathati. Is everybody with me? Right? So what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying over here? Remember, this is a very, very important verse. Why? Because these are one of the three highlighted things. The first one was the night. The second one was this one over here, right? So from the bad naffathat, of the blower, right? Now naffathat is a difference between naffathat and nafakha. Nafakha means to blow continuously. Whoever has a type of asp, right? Non-stop. Naffathat, nafatha, with a tha, not a kha, nafakha, means to blow with a little bit of spit. Alright? So if you look at the some people speak like that also. So now this is a different type of thing. So this is referring to a sorcerer, right? That is busy with a spell, that or a sangoma, a magician, whatever you want to call him. Someone that, I don't know, whatever, right? So there's different words in the community, right? So a person that is doing a spell and they are busy with the spell and they blow onto whatever they're going to blow onto. So Allah's going to clarify now what they blow onto, right? Because remember, the sababun nuzul of this verse was what happened to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tell me quickly. What happened to? He wasn't possessed. Ma? Poison? No, not poison. Is something physical. Naam. Alright? Black magic. Magic was done to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alright? Some of the scholars, they don't want to say black magic because they say black magic, then they mean sometimes when you do white magic is a good thing. No, I'm serious.
Yes.
Alright? So magic,
In general.
qat'an, everything, all magic is haram. We can't do magic. Except no, a card trick. Bismillah, do you call it trick? It's different, right? But what happened? They took the hair of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then what did they do with it? They made 11 knots, right? So, وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ, and from the evil of the blower, fil uqadi, into the knots. Uqad means knots. So we seek protection in Allah from the one who blows into the knots, referring to the sorcerer. And specifically, it was specifically for Nabi Muhammad sallallahu at that particular time, but obviously we can use it as well. Remember, there was a subtle thing. How many verses does these two surah contain? 11 verses. And how many knots was there? 11 knots. So every time they recited a verse, one of the knots was what you untied, right? So daily Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would recite these verses. First he would make dua and supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect him from all types of bad, evil, this, that. But when these two verses, Aisha radiallahu anha narrates that when these two surah was revealed, and then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would only recite the Mu'awwadatain, because it's like so comprehensive. It protects you from all types of evil, all evils in general, and those specific very, very bad evils as well. Are you with me? So obviously it's clear, it goes to say that we can't be making spells. Obviously, that's number one. Alright? And number two is, we can't be involved with people that do these type of things. Are you with me? We can't be going to people that do Ahli Sunni work, because it is haram. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying it is haram to do magic. In other verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these type of things is haram. So we don't go to them. Nobody can tell you the future. Nobody can block another person without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand, when it happens, it is only because Allah wanted it to happen. So Allah allowed for you to go in your darkness, and for whoever's doing it to go further in the darkness. And Allah allowed for that person to be tested in that particular way, to either draw closer to Allah or draw further away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are you with me? Also make it a habit that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would recite these verses, and he would blow into his hands. Right? He would recite them 3 times in certain narrations. All the quls, Qul ya wal kafirun as well, blow into his hands, and then he would rub it over his entire body. I find that amazing. Why? He would rub it over his entire body. It means Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would blow and do this and rub it. Alright? As far as his hands could reach. So it shows that the recitation that you recite actually has an effect. Are you with me? So just think about it. Why would he do that? Just by reciting Bismillah is sufficient. But he would do that to protect him, even his outer, to show us that the recitation has physical benefits as well, not just spiritual benefits. So sometimes when our children are sick as well, when we recite over them, make intention that the breath that is coming out of our mouth, that is going on to them, if this has an effect, وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ, that when this is Jammu, I don't want to get into that, right? Because I don't think we did that yet, right? So I don't want to go into like the grammar of that word. But when you blow, it has an effect onto the knot. Now imagine you recite and you blow Quran. Is anybody with me? It's bil awla. If that has an effect, then obviously the Quran will have an effect. So make a habit when you're drinking water to say what? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Why? Because it changes the composition of the water. It changes. If you have a glass of water and you recite salawat on the water, the old means that out recite salawat with a bitchy salawat, it has an effect. And I find it amazing. They never used to say it like, recite salawat. They used to say that is, it's almost like when you tell someone take 2 teaspoons of this, 3 teaspoons of that, and you rub it, make it into a paste, and you smear it with some salawat. That was like part of the ingredient, some salawat. The ulama of Syria, of Sham, the people that write about him, they say when they used to bring their children to the ulama of Sham, amazing. They used to say, my children have this sickness or that sickness. I find it amazing. Imagine you go to a sheikh and they give you that remedy, they would, but soft, loud mouth. Then they would tell them, is that fine? Can everybody still hear me? Then they would tell them, when your child is sick, then recite X amount of salawat on the food that you are making, and inshallah, then you feed your family with this food and it will take away the problem. Can you imagine? May Allah grant us wives and spouses that do this, inshallah. Barakah. And may Allah make the woman with us as well, those type of women, inshallah. Do you understand? They used to come to Shaykh Abdul Rahman al-Shahuri, for example. My son is struggling at school. Then he would say, recite, while you're making the food, a minimum of 200 salawat must be recited over that food. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Who knows? We are 9:57 again. Time flies when you're having fun, no? No, Ajib. Mullah Zakaria Kandahlawi. We heard about him? Are we having fun? I hope I'm not being too technical with this, right?
No.
Trying to be as simple as possible. We'll grow, man. As we go, you can take it bigger, inshallah. Right? Mullah Zakaria Kandahlawi. We heard about him? You know the Tabligh Jamaat? They read something called the Talim book. So he's the author of that book. He has authored many books. He's respected throughout the world. He passed away, right? Already. He's one of the greatest scholars from the Indian subcontinent. Right? Mullah Zakaria Kandahlawi. He's like respected in the Arab world, in the non-Arab world, all over the world, right? Allah grant him high place in Jannah. So Mullah Zakaria Kandahlawi, if you read their life, somebody you can get a biography of his life. So he became this giant. In the morning, in Ramadan, he would sit on the roof, right? If you've been to India, and then in summertime it's very, very hot, right? So he would sit on the roof, then you'd only come down from the roof in the morning after he recited his khatam of Quran. But while he was reciting upstairs, his granny was busy with the food. Can you imagine this? While she's reciting a khatam on the food. And then she would correct him also if he made a mistake. His granny. Hey, Zakaria. You're going wrong here, you're going wrong there. Now, can you imagine what barakah came from it? A giant like Mullah Zakaria Kandahlawi. Came from where? Somebody reciting Quran over the food. Somebody reciting Quran over them. Continuously in that environment. So, even with newborn babies, even pregnant women, when they recite Quran with the intention that it must affect my baby, there were many reports of babies being born and they were already hafiz because of continuously listening to the mother recite Quran. Allah grant us understanding, inshallah. But just understand, so negativity has an effect. Remember that. It has an effect. We have one more verse. Can you imagine we've been doing Surah Falaq for how many weeks? 5 weeks. A month already. May I change my name to Muhammad? Is Mullah Muhammad done with Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas? Yes, he's done. He finished last week. I don't know, like I said, if we're in a hurry, we can go quickly through it. No. But the point of the surah is not to cover ground. We want to, so when you recite in the surah, it must be this fountain in front of you, inshallah. Right? Allah grant us understanding, inshallah. Any questions before we conclude? Anything? Remember, nafakha, to blow with non-stop, just to blow, like to. Nafatha means to blow with some spit, right? It could also mean to blow with some words. Are you with me? So while she was blowing, she was doing some incantations, I think you call it, right? Incantations, is that the word? So, even they read. Right? Everybody with me? So to read certain things as well. So you like I'm just thinking now, ever listen to rap? They call it spitting beats. So maybe that's where it comes from. Because it comes from this word. Have you heard? Any questions? خلاص واضح مفهوم everybody بسم الله بسم الله ها I'll check inshallah. Shukran for that one. I don't have an answer for you, but I'll check it. Interesting. Shukran. Hi? I don't want to say because I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to say if it's majhool or anything like that, but I'll check it. Then I'll have much more info. I don't want to speak from Kitabul Ibham. You know what's Kitabul Ibham? Oh my thumb. I'd rather check it and then give something more confident, inshallah. But I see, I kind of have an idea, but I'd rather just check it out and then watch it. And that must be our habit. That must be our habit of doing things. Don't thumb suck. Even if we have an idea of something, I have an idea of why, but I would rather check it up, be sure about something. It is absolutely nothing wrong to say you don't know. And you check it up or you get back to someone, whatever the case may be. Especially for us that are students. Because many of the times we shoot ourselves in the foot by speaking, and then later on we come to find out, oh Lord, it wasn't even like that. But with me? No other questions? Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbina rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.